So one of the best ways to grow your brand online right now is Facebook Live. And in this video, I've got 8 proven best practices to help you blast your broadcast as well as avoid the biggest Facebook Live mistakes coming up. Hey, what's up guys? Sean here with Think Media TV, helping you go further, faster in media. And on this channel, we do tech gear reviews, video gear reviews, as well as tips and strategy videos just like this one. So if you're new here, consider subscribing. So when it comes to building your brand online in today's world, you cannot ignore Facebook. Recent stats have the amount of users on Facebook at over 1.8 billion people. That's incredible. And when it comes to video, Facebook has been favoring video in the news feed, but even more than video is live streaming. Facebook Live videos are watched 3 times longer than even normal videos. And one of the coolest things about Facebook Live is the barrier to entry to creating content there is very low. All you really need is your phone and you can sit down and immediately be live with your content. So Facebook Live is an incredible way to grow your brand, reach more people, reach your target audience, reach your ideal customer. Even if YouTube is the main place that you want to grow your brand, you should still be paying attention to Facebook and specifically live video. So I've been using Facebook Live for almost a year and I've learned a lot of lessons, I've made a lot of mistakes, and we'll get to those in just a second. But first, let's talk about the basics. All you need to do to go live with Facebook is just have your Facebook app, and it makes it easy to do it from your personal page. But what I recommend is that every smart influencer should actually have a business page. Let's just settle it. Do everything on a Facebook business page, a fan page, because that's where your analytics are. You can do ads there. That's where some of your bonus features are. And so for that, I use the Pages app. So either way, just make sure you download the app, make sure you're logged in, and then you're ready to go live. Next, make sure you go widescreen. A lot of people are still doing up and down when it comes to Facebook Live, but all you have to do now, and it's pretty much available to everybody, is tilt your phone sideways, and now you're set to go widescreen. Additionally, I recommend having some gear, and this video is not really about gear. We'll link up a playlist of some of our best videos that talk about tripods like this, but I recommend having kind of a desk tripod for your phone, some kind of a phone mount like this. And so by the time you have your tripod, your mount, you put your phone in there, use a wide angle lens, helps make the shot a little bit wider, and then a really cheap microphone. This microphone's like $12. You can hook that on your shirt and whatever you need to do, and you're ready to do Facebook Lives with stable video. This is exactly where I do it. I sit right in front of this window right here during the daytime. I let that light come in. I just hit go right on my phone. So going live on Facebook is not something that you need to be intimidated by. And even if you didn't have any of this gear, you could still do it. But I do recommend a few accessories. And like I said, we'll link everything in the description as far as resources on the details of gear. Okay, so here we go. Let's talk about these 8 tips for crushing it with your Facebook live streams. Number 1 is a compelling and interest-grabbing title. So before you go live, you're gonna type something into the Facebook where the text goes into the box right there. And that title should be a description of what your live broadcast is about. That title itself might make or break whether people are interested or not. So you really want to put a lot of thought into that title so that it grabs attention. Here's a couple examples from different niches that you could do. You could put a title like 3 ways to double your savings with coupons. And if you had a couponing channel, you could do 5 biggest mistakes new homeschool parents make. You could do how to cut your meal prep time in half. You could do 3 huge real estate opportunities in Arizona right now. There's a lot of different ways that you could do this, but the key is you want to make that title a description about your broadcast that targets your ideal audience and creates interest so people are going to want to watch it. Secondly, once you start the broadcast, you're gonna wanna do a hook just like you would do here on YouTube. And that means that in the first 10 seconds of your video, you really wanna grab your viewers' attention. Now, this is where everybody makes a huge, huge mistake on Facebook Live. What they do is they click go live and then they go, is this on? Is there anybody there? is it working? I can't tell if it's working. When you do that, you're wasting time and you're hurting, especially your rebroadcast audience. And we'll talk about that in a second. So you don't want to waste anybody's time. And here's the other thing, don't worry if nobody is online. When you create your Facebook Live, do it with the rebroadcast in mind. And so do it whether anyone's watching or not. So then what you want to do is turn that title into a verbal hook that pulls the attention, thinking that the rebroadcast audience, because for a lot of you watching, probably the majority of views you're going to get is actually not when the video is live, but during the replay. And so imagine the experience of that user. From the very get-go of the video, if you click live and then you say, hey, in this video, I'm gonna be talking about 3 ways to double your savings with coupons in just a second. But hey, if we've never met before, and then you go on with your spiel, realizing those first few moments, just like on YouTube, are incredibly precious, so don't waste them. Tip number 3 is establish your authority. You just wanna give a brief statement about why anybody watching should listen to you. And so don't overthink this and don't take that long. You don't need your whole life story, but I might say something like, hey, in this video, I'm gonna be talking about the 5 biggest mistakes that I see people make as new YouTubers. And I'm gonna be getting into that in just a second. But hey, if we've never met before, my name is Sean Cannell, and I'm a full-time YouTuber, as well as I help people build their influence, income, and impact with online video. So just some sort of an intro statement that lets people know who you are and what you do. You might say, and I own a business that helps moms get through whatever they're going through. And I am the founder of a YouTube channel that is all about tips and tricks for gaming, like whatever it is, but just a quick sentence that establishes your authority that comes right after that hook. Tip number 4 is encourage engagement. So this is where you want to talk to people watching and tell them to like the post, to click the heart button. I like to say, click the wow face. And so if you've never seen Facebook Live before, these are different ways that people can engage in your video. And just like other live streaming platforms, they can tap the screen. And so one of the things, and this is why you're watching this video, it's always good to learn about the best practices of a platform so you can speak the language of the platform. So you might say, hey, tag somebody in the comments if they should watch this broadcast. You might say, hey, hit that like button, hit that heart button, and my favorite is the wow face. Can you hit the wow face if you can hear me loud and clear? Facebook increases the reach of your videos and of your live streams based on engagement. And so if you encourage engagement in the videos and you get those likes and you get those hearts and you get those engagement signals, then Facebook begins to expand how many people actually see your broadcast. So giving that verbal call to action, doing it in a really relaxed and chill way, but in an intentional way, is very important for having your broadcast reach even more people. Tip number 5 is kind of like it. This is the C2C, the call to comment. This is where you want to invite people to leave comments on the videos. Right at the beginning, one of my favorite things to do is to say, hey, I do my hook, I do my quick authority line, and then I say, hey, give me a second to share this broadcast. And then what I do is I actually share it from my fan page to my personal page. Personally, I just sit there and I just take a second to do it on my computer. I'm shooting live here. I just do it on the screen right over there. And I kind of share it out, and then I say, and hey, let me know where you're watching from. And again, that's an easy way for someone to leave a comment, and every comment is boosting your reach. Facebook wants to see that engagement. So when it comes to that C2C, giving those call to actions for people to comment, you wanna make sure that they're easy to do. Like if you throw out that complex question, people don't know really how to quickly answer it, they might not answer it. So do a C2C, and if you have about a 20-minute broadcast, I would try to give about 5 to 7 calls to comment. Yes, because comments are that powerful. So maybe you get done with a certain point and you say, can you relate to that? Or have you had an experience like that? Or maybe give people a question between A and B. Which do you prefer? Do you like to do it this way or that way? Let me know in the comments. Those continuous calls to comment are gonna help your video get more reach. And keep this in mind, that you're always speaking, as we said, to the rebroadcast audience as well. And so the language I like to use is I say, hey, if you're watching live, or even if you're on the rebroadcast, let me know where you're watching from in the comments. I jump on here even after the live broadcast is done and engage with people. So definitely make sure to leave a comment. Tip number 6 is the content itself. So we've gone through all these steps. These are best practices, and these are gonna help blast your broadcast. But now you get into the content. The biggest thing here is what I like to do is do all my kind of greetings and interruptions. You know, on Facebook Live, it's powerful to say, you know, hey Lisa, hey Sam, thanks for being here. But I like to do that at the beginning and the end. But once it comes to the content and I get into that content, I wanna just deliver that content all the way through. And so whatever it is, maybe you have 3 points, maybe you have 5 points, maybe it's a tutorial and you're actually just using your Facebook Live and you're showing somebody how to do something. Get into the content and keep in mind just the basic principles of successful content. Make sure it adds value. You know, make sure that it's concise, make sure it's strong, it's actionable. Just deliver good value around that title, which is basically your promise of what people can expect in the live broadcast. I also read a stat recently that said the ideal length for a Facebook Live is right around 18 minutes. And so that kind of gives you a benchmark of targeting how long should your broadcast be. There should be plenty of time in there to do all the intro stuff, do a little bit of engagement with people that are there live, deliver all your content, and then even have some time at the end as well. Tip number 7 is your call to action. At the end of every single Facebook Live, you should know ahead of time what is it that you want the viewers to do. And so this could be something as simple as, hey, join me next week because I'm gonna be doing these Facebook Lives, same day, same time, meet me here, and really letting people know about that. It could be, hey, and if you want to learn more about this, I have a free download. You can join our newsletter, our email list, to get our meal prep guides for free. It could be something like that. You could do something like, check out our YouTube channel. You know, on Facebook Live, we're doing more interactive Q&A content like this, but we're also posting weekly videos to YouTube, so definitely check that out. It could be something like just a question. So, hey, thanks so much for watching this broadcast, and if you will, let me know what kind of topics would you want me to cover in future broadcasts. Post those in the comments below. But whatever you do, make sure to give a call to action. Don't waste that opportunity to always really strategically think about what do you want your audience to do next that is most relevant for building your brand online overall. And tip number 8 is Q&A. Now this is an optional tip and it's kind of a bonus thing. You could just end your broadcast, and depending on if you're really starting from scratch, and you might literally have nobody on the broadcast the entire time, that's okay, because there's some other things you can do. Remember, it's not just live, it's the rebroadcast that it can be really powerful. But you could just skip Q&A, because if nobody's on there, it's gonna be hard to answer questions, or it's something that you could take some time to do. So this is totally optional, but it's a tip that you could include after everything is done. But hang on just a second, don't go anywhere, because once your Facebook live stream is over, there's still a few power tips that you can do. The first is you can actually change the thumbnail of your Facebook Live. A lot of people don't know this. And so you can select through 10 different thumbnail options, or you can upload a thumbnail. So you can imagine, just like YouTube, a custom thumbnail could be very powerful. Now, one thing I recommend is the same principles don't really apply in making it too fancy and too graphically busy. I would recommend maybe just taking a photo on your phone that looks similar to the Facebook Live, but it's maybe a better, slightly tweaked, maybe a little graphics. Just don't overdo it, because you want to stay native to how the platform looks. Number 2, you can also change the title and the copy afterwards. So sometimes when you're filling out the title, you could write live now and then deliver on, 5 biggest tips on insert your niche or whatever it is. Afterwards, you could actually delete that. You could change the copy around. You could include a link in the copy of your Facebook, where the text goes. There's a lot of tweaks you can do. So definitely go in afterwards and you can change some of those things to optimize your video for rebroadcast. And then the third thing you can do here is you can boost your broadcast with Facebook ads. And so one of the greatest opportunities for getting greater reach with your brand right now is Facebook ads in general. Incredibly powerful. And a lot of times you can get video views for less than 1 cent per view. So if you're starting from scratch, here's an idea. Start a weekly Facebook Live show. Every week, show up with value, show up with content, go through these tips, deliver value to your audience. And then, even if you only have $5 or $10, that's a great way to start boosting your reach to targeting your ideal audience. And that's a conversation for a whole nother video as far as how to do Facebook ads, but there's tons of information online. You could just Google it. And you could start boosting your reach and growth hacking your way into meeting new people and getting exposure to what you're doing, even for just $5 or $10 a week. And week after week, not only are you gonna build momentum as your audience realizes you're there, but you also could be reaching new people through targeting people with Facebook ads. Incredibly powerful strategy that you could stack and build momentum with. Also, you can share your broadcast anywhere after it's done. And so you can actually get the link off of your Facebook Live stream. Now it's not live anymore. Now it's just a video that's archived on Facebook, and you could send that out in a tweet. You could put it in your Instagram bio and do a picture that illustrates the topic. You could send it out on an email to your email list. That content, and this is kind of why you want to reverse engineer it for the rebroadcast. If it has so much live things where you talk so much to your live audience and it goes on, and it's only intended for the live viewer, then the rebroadcast experience might not be very good. But if you really are strategic with these principles and you deliver value and you're concise and you're brief and you deliver that value, then it becomes a great piece of content that you could reference for weeks and even months to come, re-promoting it, sharing it elsewhere on social. And also, one of the things you can do when your live broadcast is done is you can add captions to your broadcast. Now, here's a crazy stat. 85% of Facebook video is watched without sound. Yes, it's crazy, but it makes sense, right? And just consider your own behavior. You're, in a meeting at work or you're on break or something, so you can't turn the sound on, you're just watching the visual content. And so adding captions to your video in general is just a great practice and a great principle. That's again something you might need to look up. Obviously, it's gonna take some time. There are some hacks. We can cover that in future videos. But if possible, as far as best practices go, that is a great way to boost your broadcast even further and realize that people, the way they're consuming content is sometimes without sound. So when they see those first few seconds, they'll be able to read what you're saying. So if that intro hook is incredibly compelling, in this video, I'm sharing my 5 biggest secrets on X. They're like, oh man, I want to bookmark that. I want to watch that later. And even without hearing it, maybe it's too loud to hear it. Maybe they're at the mall, maybe they're out somewhere. They can see it and read it and then have their interest grabbed and then maybe decide to turn the audio on. And so captions, if you can do it, is incredibly powerful. Question of the day, have you done a Facebook Live broadcast yet? And if so, what lessons and tips did you learn? Post those in the comments below. And remember that some of the best tips and feedback come from you, the Think Media TV community. So definitely connect with everybody in the comments section. So thanks so much for checking out this video. Definitely subscribe for more videos just like this. Hit the like button if you appreciated this video and this content. And I'm gonna be doing weekly Facebook Live broadcasts, a lot of times with online marketing and YouTube and video tips at facebook.com/Sean Thinks. So definitely join me for those. We'll link that up in the description below so you can head over to the page. Make sure you like it if you want to see that content. And also, when it comes to all of this gear, we do have a smartphone gear guide. You can get that at phonegearguide.com for entirely free. I break down some of the most recommended tripods, lenses, microphones, and things just like this so you can get set up to do not just live streaming on Facebook, but anywhere, Instagram, Snapchat Live, Periscope, all these different live platforms. So definitely check that out as well. Until next time, Think Media TV is helping you go further, faster in media. Keep crushing it, and we will talk soon. And I'm sweating like a, whoa, my gosh, look at that. Not really, it's kind of cool. It's like, what? That hair light should bling the hair. Should be good.